Hi Pisces. So you or someone you're involved with, this looks like it's probably you. Um, you could have in the recent past decided that you were unhappy with the situation. If you were involved with somebody, this could have been somebody that um maybe started off very loving and then like all of a sudden showed a different side of themselves. They could have treated you like an option. They could have decided that they wanted to explore other options. This could be somebody who maybe initially seemed very loving and very loyal, and then maybe started to give you anxiety, and you could be in the process of potentially taking a break from this person. You guys could be sort of in the process of parting ways. Again, if this doesn't resonate for you, that's fine. It's not your reading, but this is kind of what it's showing right now. For Pisces, it does feel like this energy could carry on for the next month or so. It does feel like if this isn't actively happening, this could be somebody that is maybe considering it at the very least. It does feel like somebody who is kind of childish, and it feels like somebody who kind of sneaks around, does what they want, and then this could be the energy of somebody who feels like if you don't know about it, or if they don't tell you, it's sparing your feelings, and that's like nicer or something, or like it doesn't count if you don't know, or something like that. There's some energy like that happening. This could also be somebody who like maybe like will be flirtatious and then act like they might gaslight you about like if they're like flirting with somebody. They might be like, what? No, I didn't say that. There's some like weird energy about this person. You could have been involved with them for a while, but it feels like in the last month or so some things could have come to light about them that are making you reflect right now, and like at the very least making you reflect. For some of you, you've like fully started to break up with this person. um what's coming up in your future with this person is they are potentially going to try to make a comeback. So if you've already broken up with this person, like let's say that this is a recent breakup, I feel like by November, um, at the earliest, maybe like late October, there's maybe a potential for rekindling. It's like neither of you are going to necessarily want to fully move on from each other, but you do need to be aware that it's like this could be another cycle of like you struggling to let each other go. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Pentacles, which is like I do think you eventually realize you're better off single and you're more prosperous on your own. This person could be siphoning your energy and even your money and your finances. Even if they're not directly taking money out of your hand, it could just be like you might not have the energy for yourself or for your own financial goals or endeavors. Again, I do see you potentially working this out, like maybe in the next couple of months. I do feel like over the course of the next month or so, you are going to be maybe taking a pause. And this is for some of you. If it doesn't resonate and you're in a super happy relationship, then this is not, you're not the Pisces in this reading. But it does feel like, again, it's like you might have another cycle coming up. This person might try to come back and decide, like, oh, I'm not happy without you after all. Like, or maybe this could even be like a cycle that you guys kind of go through on and off, where like you break up and then make up, and so this could be a temporary breakup and then you could have a temporary makeup. Again, it's like there's some energy of you keep coming back to each other because you don't know how to fully move on. Ultimately it will be your decision, but I do see it kind of being a painful cycle that you kind of keep putting yourself in. And again, it's like we all need to learn our own lessons. So it's like if you need to go back with this person and like restart a cycle, it's like no judgment. Like sometimes we have to go back and like repeat a cycle until we really learn the lesson, but just know that like it could continue to get more and more painful. Sometimes the universe has a way of like really drilling it into your head. If you don't learn it the first time, second time, third time, it kind of becomes increasingly more painful until you absolutely can't take it anymore. So sort of keep that in mind. Again, I do see you kind of trying to figure it out anyway. And I mean, it makes sense. Winter is coming, and like, once it gets colder, you might start getting nostalgic for this person. Something like that might end up happening, but right now is definitely a time for reflection and sort of seeing it for what it is. If you or this person started talking to somebody new, I don't necessarily see that working out for the long term. And that could also kind of be what ends up happening like in a couple of months. Like if you started seeing somebody new or they started seeing somebody new, it's like it might last literally like 2 months and then it doesn't work out and then y'all are back to square one together. And, like, I cannot stress this enough. If it's not your story, don't take it. If you're like, F them, I never want to talk to them again. Or if you're like, F you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, like, maybe it's not, maybe this is not your story, but this is for somebody. I shuffled with Pisces in mind. So, just know that if you are going through a breakup and it's hard, you are meant to learn from this, and you are probably going to hear from this person again. It probably does restart in a couple of months. Again, I do feel like there's something where, especially if you share friends or a common circle, you might kind of come back around to each other, and you might keep kind of like seeing each other again anyway, and that might just naturally bring you back together. There is some sense of a struggle to let each other go ultimately, but then also ultimately it is in your best interest. Again, make your own choices. You're your own person and you can do what you want. Um, but I do see this sort of being a pattern that kind of keeps happening until you learn how to like fully break the cycle and like, because it does feel like once you do um venture out on your own, it is going to be like a much more exciting new chapter for you. And it also feels like the next cycle together could last as late as like April of next year. Like it's like if you do choose to enter back into this cycle with this person again, we're talking like maybe from November to April, you're with them again until you're finally like, okay, F this, I really want to be single for real, or something like that. Maybe potentially, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, but I do see it working out for you in the end regardless. So, if this resonates with you, or if you want to keep learning more, you can always like, share, subscribe, and if you'd like to book a personal reading, you may do so at lunaprofit.com. But until next time, good luck, Pisces.